Are you setting the standard when it comes to your lawn care business? Let's talk about how you can take it to the next level today. I'm Frank, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs start and grow their lawn care business. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button so you're notified of my future videos. What's going on, guys? Hey, today we're going to talk about some of the practices that you're going to implement starting your lawn care business. And I want to kind of look at this in a different way. I want to look at it from what you would expect when you're buying a product or service yourself, right? So we all go out and eat, right? So that's a really good way to look at things. So think about whenever you're having a great dining experience. You're out with your girlfriend, your wife, a group of friends. So when you walk up, the parking lot's clean, the building is presentable, you walk in through the door, you're greeted. They take your order in a timely fashion. The food comes out. The person that's taking your order is knowledgeable if you're not sure what kind of food you want today. And when you get the food, it's presentable. It tastes great, and everything is just kind of clicks, right? And that's what we're trying to achieve when it comes to your business. Your truck is clean. When somebody calls, you're able to communicate with them, and you're knowledgeable when they have questions. You're able to deliver your services in a timely manner. Hey, and you really need to, have these shrubs in within the next couple weeks. That's understandable. I can take care of that for you. And the price is right from a value perception, right? So all those things are coming together for you, and that's really what you're trying to look for in your business, right? So let's identify some of the weaknesses. Maybe you're not answering the phone on a timely manner. Maybe you're not communicating with your customers correctly. Maybe your truck is, not presentable. Whatever those things are, let's try to identify those from a perspective of whenever you go out and you're looking for that great dining experience. Bring that into your business, right? Bring in those great experiences into your business. How did I communicate with the customer? How did they communicate with me? Those kind of things are really important, and that's what we want to try to achieve in your business. So let me give you an example. So I just walked up to a hamburger joint, and I look at the parking lot is full of trash and not presentable, and you look at the building as well. You're looking to see, okay, is this building, does it have graffiti, or is it clean? Is it presentable? Are they upkeeping this building? Is, the gutters or whatever that's on there, is it falling apart? Or, you're really looking at those things. So let's get past that. We're in the restaurant now, and, I'm going to order, first of all, this is something you should think about from your perspective. You're looking for a place of establishment that's kind of clean on the inside as well, right? So I see a bunch of tables that are dirty, and I see, the floor is dirty, the bathroom's dirty. That's not a really good presentation, and that's not going to be very appealing to me. And people are going to look at that when it comes to your business as well, because when you're doing services for your customers, the neighbors are looking at your truck. The people down the street are looking at your truck. The people that are walking up and down the street are looking at your truck. You want that to be presentable. You want that to have, your logo on there, your phone number, really large, and the type of services that you do. You don't want your truck to look like it just has gone through a mud bath. And, obviously you don't want to open up your truck door and, trash falls out of it. You want it to be presentable in all aspects. Here's another example. And maybe this is a fancy place, or a steakhouse, and I'm, wanting to order, and I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between a filet mignon or a ribeye or a bone-in or whatever it may be. Now we talk about that person being knowledgeable in what they're selling, right? So I want you also to think about that in your business. You should be knowledgeable in the products and services that you're selling, right? So let's say you're in the landscaping business, right? When you're in the landscaping business, Mrs. Jones might come out and ask you, hey, in this area, I get full sun, right? I get a lot of sun, there's no shades. You really should know, and you will know if you're a landscaper, what type of shrubbery would do well in full sun. And you look across and that other area has shade, and you would know what will do well in the shaded area. So again, it's just being knowledgeable in whatever you're doing, right? If you're planting flowers, for example, seasonal flowers, you should know what will do during certain parts of the season, right? Some cool weather things are not going to obviously do well in the summer and vice versa. Again, it really comes down to being knowledgeable in your business. So let's say, I talked to this person and they say, oh yeah, you should get the filet mignon, that's the best thing. And we order that, and now we're waiting for the product to come out, right? So that's in essence, timeliness, right? So if I order a steak, I'm expected in a certain amount of time, whatever that may be for that particular restaurant. If I'm at a high-end restaurant, I might be okay waiting 45 minutes for a great steak. And that's something that you have to think about in your business, about timeliness. And a good example of this is, I know a friend of mine, he was using some lawn care service and he needed his shrubs done. And he called and said, hey, I need my shrubs done. He says, yeah, they're kind of overgrown already. Can you get here, within the next 3 weeks? Which to me, asking for someone to come out within the next 3 weeks, that's not asking too much. Now if he was saying, hey, can you get over here today? That would be kind of, pushing things and really not something that I would want to do myself, right, as the business owner, because, why does he need it done today, right? But he wasn't really expecting anything out of the ordinary. And I can tell you from this particular situation, it took a lot longer, 2 or 3 weeks. So it wasn't done in a timely manner, right? So this person, the individual, the homeowner, he might get a bad taste out of that, right? And again, think about it from your experience. Whenever you go to a restaurant, if you order, chicken fried steak or whatever you order, and it takes 2 hours, or, that's exaggeration a little bit, but it takes a lot longer than what you expected, you might not come back because of that, right? And the reason we go to places is because we like the consistency, right? The consistency in, walking up, the parking lot's clean, the consistency of when we get there, the place is clean, right? The consistency of when we order our food, the person behind the counter is knowledgeable. The consistency of when we order the food, that the food comes out on a timely manner. And now let's go back to that example. So we just ordered a food and we're waiting for it, and the food comes out, it took like 20 minutes. Perfect. That's what it usually takes. So I'm okay with that. So that's great. And that's something that, we expect from lawn care professionals as well, right? We as homeowners want to get the same consistency as though we're going to eat out, right? We want to get the goods delivered on a timely manner. We want the product or the services to look great. We want the pricing to be, in line with what it should be, right? So you might be at the higher end, you might be at the lower end. It just depends on your geographical area and the expectation of your homeowners, right? If you're dealing with customers that are living in $1 to $3 million homes, that might be a different expectation or different price point than somebody that's, delivering goods to homeowners that are living in $100,000 to $300,000 homes. So again, that's the difference between going to, a high-end restaurant or going to a lower-end restaurant. The expectations might be a little bit different, but in essence, if you can over-deliver and make sure as the lawn care professional that you're given, excellent service based on, what the expectation of the customer is, then you're going to have that repeat customer. And that's really important. So going back to the restaurant, here I am, I'm, digging into my, medium well steak, and boy, is it delicious, right? So I know for myself, when, I give you the example of, this great dining experience at the steakhouse, I'm a repeat customer. And what I want you to think about is the places that you go where you are the repeat customer. What makes you that repeat customer? What are those things that are making you come back over and over again? For me, it's consistency, right? Consistency in the food, the presentation, the cleanliness, and the value perception. So I want you to really think about those experiences for you and take those and implement them into your business. One thing I did leave off would be like uniform, right? If you're in a uniform, that shows again consistency. If you are, in a dirty uniform, or if it's, ripped, that's not something that you want to present. So I want you to look at some of the restaurants that you go to, and I want you to look at, kind of the higher end ones, and look at the ones that are doing the things the right way. The people that are working there are consistent in the way they look, the way they present things, the food quality, the service, everything is consistent. Because now when that happens, you know what to expect, right? In your business, I really want you to kind of just think about those things, right? Sometimes you have no control over some of those things, and that's okay. But generally speaking, we do have control over, the uniform that you wear, whether or not your truck is nice and clean and presentable, the way you communicate with the customer, the way you do your work, the way you go over and beyond and make sure that that goods and services is delivered on a timely manner. Those are things that you can control, and those are things that I want you to control and really think about. And again, going back, the way I want you to think about this, I want you to walk through any kind of experience that you have whenever you go out to eat, right? I want you to really walk through okay, I really had a good experience. Why did I have a good experience? I had a good experience because of this, this, and this. And I want you to take those things and implement those things into your business, right? Maybe, it's a greeting thing, right? Whenever somebody calls you, you have a unique way of greeting them, whatever it may be. I want you to really look, in your area and the experiences that, have made you really want to go back to those kind of businesses and take those good qualities and really try to implement them into your business. So what happens when things don't go right the first time, or the customer's not happy for whatever reason? Those are the things I want you to really think about. And when you go to dine out or you buy other services, how do they handle those situations? And I want you to kind of look at the best case scenarios. Remember a case where something didn't go right and that business took care of you, and they took care of you the right way. You came out and said, wow, that was great. They really took care of me. I would really recommend them. So I want you to take that experience and implement that into your business, right? So, what happens if something doesn't go right in your business? How are you going to handle it? So in wrapping, I just want you to really think about your business through the eyes of you, the customer. So as a customer, whenever you're buying products and services, what do you expect? Take those expectations and put it back into your business, and you're going to be golden. Perhaps you guys have stories that you can share where you had a great experience, whether it was dining experience, whatever it might be, or perhaps you had an experience that wasn't so great. Make sure you comment below and share that with us so we can all benefit. Hope this information was helpful to you. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button so you're notified of my future videos. See you next time, Lawn Care Pros.